Hey everybody, so I have been working hard this early spring out in the woods, clearing back some brush and thorns and reclaiming some of the land that was lost after I had the woods logged a few years ago. After several trees came out of the woods, the sunlight made it through the canopy, and what grew here was not desirable. It was so thick with thorns that I couldn't walk through it. The dogs can't walk through it. You know, deer and turkeys aren't getting through it, literally just rabbits. So, while the ground was still a little frozen, I decided to bring out the tractor and push back the thorns, push back all of the branches and the logs in a few different areas, and I'm going to make these little micro food plots out here in the woods where it gets plenty of sunlight for something other than trees to grow. So, as I'm working my way through here, I'm trying to plan where to put these micro food plots according to where the deer are already moving and are likely to come into and actually use the food plots. Now, when I say micro food plot, I mean small. Most people think of a food plot as a couple acres of field, or a chunk of a field that's already open, exposed, and tilled. These micro food plots are small. The idea behind these micro food plots is that if I can make them in the woods, where the deer are already feeling safe, then the deer will likely come to these food plots to eat instead of going out into an open field where they're exposed. Now, I gotta keep in mind that these woods are gonna be surrounded by soybeans and corn later on this year, and as soon as that soybean and corn come out, those deer aren't gonna have anywhere to go except into the woods for cover and hopefully to these food plots. Now, these food plots aren't only for the purpose of hunting. These food plots are going to also benefit other wildlife like turkeys and rabbits. I might even get some pheasants and bobwhite quail back in the area like I used to have. You can see this Kubota, even though it's small, it makes pretty good work out of ripping this up. Prior to coming in here with this Kubota, I wouldn't have been able to walk through here, and if one of the dogs actually walked into the middle where the tractor is at right now, they would have got stuck in the thorns and I would have had to find a way to go out and rescue them. There's no wildlife trails through this area prior to me working this area over with the tractor, so this can only benefit the animals and myself. A lot of the area still has large logs and trees down from when the lumbermen came through and did their cutting. Any tree that they took down that was hollow, they just left it laying here, and I want them trimmed down some so that I can see beyond them from my tree stands and hunting blinds, and it's going to help create some ground cover for the rabbits and other wildlife. While I was going through working in this area, I scared up a couple rabbits, and I know there's an active fox den nearby. The dogs love to run over and check on that fox. I really think they're just trying to make friends with it, not realizing that it's a wild animal. So now that it's all cleared out, this is the area that I'm working on for the food plot. This is the deepest one into the woods. It's maybe a quarter of an acre at the most, and that might be a little bit of a stretch. But now I'm off to my second food plot, which will be just into the woods a little ways near where my elevated hunting blind is at. First, I'm going to go through with the mower and mow all of this stuff down. This is not my yard mower, I would be ruining that blade. This is a mower that I use to maintain my trails through the woods. I want to mulch all this up and get it mowed down as much as possible, so when I come through and till this up, it really works everything under good. I want really good seed to soil contact, and I'm afraid I won't get that unless I mow this area down. Now I'm off to the second food plot where we started this video, and as soon as I get this all mowed up, I'll be heading up to the house to put my tiller on the tractor here, and I'll be out working this up and laying some lime down, that will be a second video here. It'll be part 2 of this series, and then I can go through and actually seed. I'm spending quite a bit of time looking up what I want to plant and what will actually grow in the woods, because even though this is a little sunny right now, once those leaves come out, there will be partial shade in here and not complete exposure to the sun.